What was I looking for? Something always goes wrong. YouTube will tell me off for it, but it should be alright. Square Peg, hello! I'm actually awake for this stream for this time. Alright, I've been running errands all morning, so this is the first time I've even got on the computer today. So let me boot it up, make sure the headset's on. If anything, it should be fully charged. Nope. Cool. So yesterday, I didn't do a live stream, but I was working on the weapons. Because I rejigged stuff around and kind of broke it. But I'm pretty sure it's fixed now, which we'll test in a minute. And then everything else, I believe, is good to go. I might need to update the screen fade. I need to test that and load the new level. But other than that, we might be alright. And I think everything else should be good to go. So we'll test all of that, and then we'll see where to go from there. I think as long as the guns reload, I'm happy with uploading it to Fab. So I'm pretty sure everything else is pretty much sorted. I need to sort the socket out on that. But yeah. I rejigged the grab component around yesterday. I kind of redesigned some stuff, so I've got to sort out the sockets for that. Is it? I've got a feeling if it has a magazine in. Okay, it's just a pistol. I need to sort collision out on that because I can only pick it up from the bottom. These guys don't get destroyed anymore because they're on the server. Ooh, why did you fall down? Cool. We're in a good spot. Apart from that. Static mesh. Okay. I have no idea how Discord handles the posts. My own chat. Yeah, I don't think OBS updates properly because it says I got 7 views, but only 2 people watching. They probably wouldn't be too bad if I posted links on different socials, but God, it takes so long. I just want to get right into it. Right, so pistol's fine. The socket's in the wrong place, and that is handled by magazine footprints. Johnny, holla, holla, hello, hello. How's it going? Right. What was I looking for? Weapons. Weapon magazine. I'm going to compare the static mesh, the shotgun magazine, to see, we've got a collision. Use complex collision symbol. That's going to be the problem. Turn off that. And then if I check it against the pistol, which we know that works. Block all project default custom collision. Right. Block all project default custom collision. That might be better. And it might be a case of the grab components. Grab component's in the middle, so that should be okay. Let's try this. Why not grab it? I can grab it from the bottom. Johnny, I'm glad to see you again. It's good to see you too, man. Unless you're talking to Square Peg. Then either way, it's good to see you both. Holy crap. Ooh, that's going to be something to fix. That's probably because I didn't hit anything. I shot up into the sky. My hair is constantly in the way today. Range. It kind of works. It's not great, but it kind of works. Right. What have I got to fix that's important? Would be the bullets if they don't hit anything. Weapon fired. This one. Goro, did you figure out the multiplayer? we've got a large portion of it working. We've got, last time I checked, we had pretty much all of this replicated in here, but the gun wasn't replicating to the client. If the server picked it up, it wasn't being seen by the client. So that's where we kind of got, but we have got the inputs all set up. So it is replicated, it just hides, but I don't know how to fix that. So I'm focusing on single player stuff today. And then the idea is that we can get the single player stuff sorted and updated and out, and then we can come back to the multiplayer stuff. But there's a framework in there. So if I go to characters, then we've got a framework in there to handle the weapon and interactable stuff. I just need somebody to go over it that's a little bit better in the multiplayer stuff than I am. In the Discord, if I hide that, Dereal Turbo has been helping as well. So pretty much just waiting for them to have a look at it and tell me what I broke. Pull me key off. Let's see it. Great work. I'm a big fan of your stuff. Awesome. Thank you so much. Once this is out, I'm hoping to get back into a few more other things. I'd actually like to make some more templates, which I think would be a lot of fun to do. So it's not just the GDXR template, like build up a couple of different VR ones for people. I'd like to do not multiplayer, racing, or do some kind of vehicles, like a VR vehicle template. I'd like to do that next. Does the UVRT have a VR IK system? Me struggling to find a template for that. It doesn't, but what I've done, this update that I'm working on now that goes out, the VR base character now contains everything you need. So if you want to create an IK system, all you got to do is basically create a child of the base character, and then you can set that whole thing up to have an IK built into it. So let's take the smooth locomotion and teleport, for example. You could rejig this here to have a VR IK. The same goes for the motion controllers and the hands. The way I've redesigned those, let's say you want physics hands in it. So you could right click skeletal hand master, duplicate that, and then you can go in here and set physics hands up. Or you can duplicate the motion controller master, set it up, and then just copy the logic from these ones directly into it. It's going to be up to you. Because the GDXR template is designed for mobile, the idea is to try and keep it as performant as possible. but I would really like to get to a point where maybe having physics hands in there would be cool. The current system, if you were to do that, it would work better if when you're not grabbing, you enable physics. And then when you're holding something, you maybe calculate it a little bit less. So you're kind of balancing that performance. But I've done a lot of performance improvements on this update anyway to begin with. Like I've redesigned the whole screen fade system. So it now uses the OpenXR. So it actually reads the camera. So we're not spawning any meshes in or UI elements above the camera screen. So it's now handled up here. So set HMD, color, scale, and bias. I'm going to do a tutorial on this for Monday and then put that out as a separate video. But putting that in there so it's a lot more performant as well. It's just one of the little things I've done. But the hands, ideally I'd like to update those as well with better meshes, lower texture. Because right now if I do a size map, it's like 32 megs. It's the biggest file in the project just because of those texture sizes. So it's like the hand texture is like 13 megs. But with a better mesh, that would be lower as well. But, where is it? Characters, smooth locomotion, which is default. It's like 6.5 megabytes now. And most of that is because of the base character containing all of the logic. So, optimize the living crap out of everything. I can't remember what I was ranting about. Or ranting or talking about VR IK systems. But yes, you can add that in now. It should be a lot easier for you to do that yourself. Right. I'll look at these weapons again. Love it. We'll be starting a new VR project next month and most likely pick up the UVRT. Keep the awesome work, dude. Thank you. So the idea is to get this update done today and on Fab so they can go over it over the weekend and it should be live on Monday. Typically it goes live in about 2 days. Right, I need to fix the sockets on the gun. I also need to fix that. If the magazine's in the gun, I can't pick it back up. I've got to grab it somewhere else. So that's going to be a collision issue. Need some better guns for this. So we'll do the sockets in a second. Awesome, you're my hero. Thank you. It's really nice to hear that it like helps people, and people do appreciate like the whole blueprint side of things. It's quite nice. Sockets for magazines. That's probably going to be the best place to start. Weapon magazine. See, I think the next step would be to do... I might do it where you just grab the magazine from the bottom and then put it in. I think that like... Oh, 2 seconds. Hello? Yeah, you? I'm just streaming. It's right. I'll be picking her up for about 5:30. And then pretty much nothing else. I can do. What are you thinking? Were you thinking West Park or something? It's only because I can't finish until about 5:30. I can't get it till about 5:30. So I'm up for bringing it to a park. I can put a puddle suit on it and should be fine. As long as I can cycle there, should be good. Normal park's easier, but it's It's up to you, really, if there's anywhere else you want to suggest. Yeah, just go to the normal one. Yeah, well, I'll pick her up I normally pick her up for about bang on 5:30. So it'll take like 5 minutes for us to get there. So, yeah, if you aim for 5:30, it should be fine. Cool, awesome. See us there. Bye. Oh. Making play dates. I'm gonna take the little one to the park. Right, sockets. This will test. That's underscore. We got that pistol magazine. Then the idea is in here, paste that in and make sure it's correct. There we go. So pistol magazine. Hand animation, might need to change that. But if I go to here and then we do, I'm pretty sure I've got some hand meshes I can use just to line it up. I can't remember if I've got this attaching to the hand or if I have it attaching to the pistol, the magazine itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this one up and then we will check to see if it updates. Grab tight. The hand socket. I can't remember if I changed that from weapon, it might break. Mainly because I redid it yesterday. Okay. And then it breaks that, right. Okay, so keep it on weapon magazine. And then in the grab component, weapon magazine is this one. Which attaches the motion controller. But I needed to go to the socket. This is what confused me yesterday. Component to hand socket. And then it needs an animation, and then I need to fix that. I can't remember. Why have I got Christmas music playing? There we go. But weapon works. So I'm doing a check in here for specific grab type. That should be fine. So if it's not in there, it's going to be in the magazine itself. And here, weapon type, grab type, event slide magazine in. First one grab snap. Snap component to hand socket. That's how I've got it. Component to hand socket, snap component to hand socket. Grab type. Snap component to hand socket. Actually, no, I'm going to do snap. Doesn't move. So this would be snap component to hand socket. Slide in. Maybe if I try that, that might still work. Initial release snap. Yeah, I built this thing and I don't even know why it's not reading the collision. Makes me think it's the grab component. I'm going to break everything else and I'm going to test to see if it's just that logic there that's doing it. Nope. Why does it? How did I build this? Slide magazine in, that's the bit that should be firing. I don't get why it needs to have the magazine collision type. Anybody got an idea? Anyone know what I did wrong? Oh, I need to turn off that collision sphere in a second. Let's do my head in. No, it doesn't. That'll be because the ejection type is set to magazine, which has non. Snap component to hand socket. Install. Yeah, let's try that. So when it's grabbed, it then switches to weapon. And then eject, it switches back. That might do it. If not, we need to debug why it's not. Yeah, as soon as I change that, it stopped working. What? Grab component, I need to turn you back into there. So I know I haven't broke that. I don't have anywhere in here that does a check to see what collision type it is. That's the confusing part. Yeah, I've got magazine type, but I've got nothing in here that checks for the type of grabbing it is. Like, I don't get why you do this. I'm so confused. Why does it move when I do that? Not onto component socket. That works. It feels nice. It doesn't mark. Oh, that worked. That's right. We've got to fix this. But that one is a different one. So when I grab it again, changes grab component. This is why it's bad to refactor code halfway through. Male physics detached from parent. I do have the detached, so I don't need to, it's not going to be related to you. I've been asked to join this. Read starts in 3 days. 1st September to the 9th. I'd only have 5 days. I wouldn't have the full 9. Do I do it? If I do this, I should be able to use the GDXR template because I built everything. It could be cool to show off what the GDXR template could do. Years old, you can work alone or with a team of up to 5 members. Prizes are given winning team, not each member of the team. Yeah, submissions must be VR game, package either Windows, PC VR, and Android. See, pushing, if you wanted like go hard, you could do Android. That would be the most difficult version because you don't have enough time to optimize, to be fair. Submission must be digital game uploaded to itch. Game must be submitted deadline eligible to win, no less for work, no higher generate content. 100% agree with that. You may use pre-existing code, art, audio assets you have a legal right to use, but you shouldn't make stuff ahead of time with the intent to use it specifically with this jam. You must credit mention all work done prior to the game jam period on the submissions page. You can find the official rules here. So if I state that I use the GDXR template, I should be fine. Cool. That's a problem. 1 gig. Upload with Butler. It's been a long time since I've used that. Wait, please 2 studios using Unreal Engine 5 VR development. Reliable menu engine. Cool. It's always VRE. VRE is always the one that's pointed out. 100% get. 100% get. It's just, the only problem with VRE really is that you need to know C++ to make any changes to it. Should I do it? I can do it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I can't do Thursday and Friday. Might be able to do some in the evenings. And then the next Monday and Tuesday. So 5 days, 5-day game jam. I could do that. Let me log in. I'll see if I can remember my details. Oh, God. Yeah. There we go. I've never looked at this page since I updated GDXR template. So bad. Comments. It's just gonna be like, game doesn't work. Should I do it? There we go. I've joined it. I'll see what I can get done in that time. Real Tower, good afternoon. Have I broken any rules in the chat? My usual account can no longer comment. No? No? There's nothing standing out. Channel activity. No? You got nothing? Leave messages, timeouts, hides? No? What do you mean by usual account? Because it looks like you're using your main one. Could it be YouTube's overrating thing? Might just be YouTube being weird. It looks like it's all working fine. Right, now to figure out why when I grab, it's not working. I'm going to disconnect this and see if that makes a difference. Keeps giving me an error when I use my other. Huh. It's not me. That to me says the hand's attaching, but it's not attaching to the motion controller. This account is age verified, my other one isn't. It might be new updates then. So I don't think the stream is set up for under 18s. Weapon magazine, when I grab it, believe I'm allowed to use the GDXR template since I built it. Then I'll look at doing the game jam. I just do not have the time to learn VRE. Have you got weapons to work? I was focused on another project the past days, so unfortunately could not look into it again. Dude, no need to apologize. It's fine. No, I haven't really made much progress on the basically the pistol being hidden. That's still there. I've been doing a lot of focusing on improving just overall bugs for the single player. So that's pretty much what my focus has been on. So there's no rush. Like, I'm just hoping to get this magazine stuff sorted so I can get this update done today, and then up on the marketplace as well, which will be really nice to do. Snap hand component to socket. That's what we're using, isn't it? Snap hand to component socket. Snap hand to component socket. This section here. Update attach hand to component socket. Why does it work with the guns and it doesn't work with this? That's the barrel and weapon slider. That's the one on the top. Right, that makes sense. I need to use that one, so act as a motion controller, and then let's try this. There we go. Need to fix the positioning. Why did that? What? What? I'm still confused. Sounds good. Cool. onto mesh socket. Means this one. I do that, and pistol magazine. Right. And then oh. MMA Resurrect. The update going to be available for 5.4, also just 5.5. It's going to be 5.5 and 5.6, unfortunately. I don't think I can go back a version. Like, I'm not doing anything specific, but I don't think it'll let me migrate. I could try, but I'm not too sure I'm going to have time. So I'm really sorry about that. That's better. The other thing with 4.27 version would be very useful since a lot of people still prefer U4. I know it's just, it takes a lot of time. Like, if I could convert this to 5.47, 4.27, and do it for every version, I would update every version if I could. But I just don't have the time to go through and rebuild everything. Once the update is complete, I wouldn't mind taking a shot at doing a separate branch port. Dude, feel free, man. If you can get it working in 4.27, we can update it for every version. I just know it's something that I don't have the time for. That's the problem. Like, I'm struggling to keep up with all the engine versions as it is. If I remember correctly, the reason for jumping to 5.5 was because the grab component, or they changed how it works with physics. I had to do this. I had to set up kinematic from simulation when you grab it. I had to do this on the meshes, which was added in 5.5. So this bit would need to be removed for any like lower versions. But I think that's literally it. I think that's the only thing that's used from the later versions of the engine. Maybe some default device profiles and stuff. Last question, on your new version, do you include the multiplayer? Yeah, it'll be in there. So whatever multiplayer we have right now, which is a couple of things, it's mainly a base. Like, you can go to number of players to do that, and then standalone game. If you do this, like, we've got the character replication and the movement, as well as climbing, all replicated. The static interactions are replicated as well. But the weapons aren't. Like, that's what we're working on pretty much, trying to get that sorted. So you can jump in, and then you can see each other. And then you can switch. You can go through. Hands aren't replicated. I think they need to be spawned on the server, and then they would. But it's just like these ones. Don't know what actually, if I do that, what happens. There we go. Oh, it's being offset now. So the weapons aren't really replicated. There's a bunch of issues with those. But it's kind of there to work with. You should be able to make some progress with it if you know what you're doing. It's more a case that if I spend the time to sort out the multiplayer, this update's never going to come out. I think I'd rather release the update now for single player. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question. Upgrade edition, maybe I need to check for upgrade to version 5.5 after all. 5.5 also has better performance than 5.4, so I would say to update. I would say to update mainly for that. And all the meta plugins are out for 5.5 as well, so that's why I try to keep with the latest one. So as soon as the meta plugin is out for 5.6, I'll probably just move over to that. But if the Real Turbo is able to bring it back, or we figure out a way to convert it for different engine versions, then we can do that. I just really want to keep up to date with stuff. I don't want to fall behind. Right, I need to sort out the hand position for the magazine left. Mirrored, essentially. Just done standalone. .5 is great. I've tried it for a little while now. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I find it's really solid. Like even on the mobile builds, when you build to the like just Quest APK in general. Cool. So if I go through and sort out the sockets for this, then the shotgun, I think that's it. It won't be. Something else will break. Alright guys, give me a second, chat between yourselves. I'm gonna go grab a drink, because I really need one. Be right back. There we go. Nice. What's everybody else working on today? You just chilling out and enjoying the last day of the week, or are you guys blitzing through some last minute work? What have I got this down as? Real turbo, both. I gotta remember which orientation to have it at. That should be okay. There we go. Chico, hello all. I think it's an OS reinstall this weekend to fix my Unreal issues. You might finish your template updates before I get my plugins installed again. The idea is to get these sockets all sorted on the magazines. Take another look through to see if there's any bugs for basically single player stuff. And then update that. See how that goes. It's a shame you can't turn off two-sided in here, can you? Awesome work. Thank you. But yeah, the idea is to go through it, add these sockets back in. I'm going to remove some sockets from the Scout Mesh hands to stop confusion, because it's now a system of you can have sockets on the hands or you can have sockets on a static mesh. So you've basically got way more accuracy on there. And then we can get that uploaded for 5.5 and 5.6. Ideally, try and get that done in the next hour or so. Go from there. It's great you still develop a template. Oh man, I enjoy it. I enjoy trying to figure out new ways to do stuff. And to be fair, I'm building it for myself, which is why I'm still working on it. Like I was saying to my wife, I want to do it because I want to build my own game. I already started. The idea was to do a devlog and call it, this devlog took 3 years to build. This devlog took 3 years to make, and it's just an update on the GDXR template. But yeah, because I started building my own game, and I started working through it. Where is it? I got it here. I won't open it up, but because I started working on it, which I've got the streams for, I realized there's a bunch of stuff that could do with improving, and then that's what I've used to update this one, which is why it's been a massive overhaul. Because it's like, if I'm building my game, and I'm having to take the GDXR template and basically rip it apart and improve it already, then it means the template isn't as good as it could be and it needs fixing. So the idea is to rebuild it so you can have as much modularity as you can. It's why I've gone through and split all the characters up as well. So the characters now have a base class with all of the logic in it. So if you've been working with the old templates, it's going to be a bit of a change because this was all inside the character controller. Now it's in a character base class, which you can then have different versions of. So for flying, for example, that's got all the flying logic in there, and then on begin play it tells it that's flying, and then we've got like the shift one, but it's also got the hands, which I'm happy with, is being split up into their own file types, so they're a lot smaller. So now in theory, if you want the left hand to be your normal hand and you want the right hand to be, I don't know, some gun blaster that's like molded into your arm, like you could do that. You could just duplicate this, change the file, and then you're good to go. So you can have a lot more control over it. That's the idea anyway. If you want to add physics hands, you can just duplicate these classes, update them with physics hands yourself, and then put that in there. Or you can update the player to have VRIK, which is mentioned in the chat earlier on as well. So constantly improving it, constantly working on it. I enjoy it. I just wish I could get to a point where I'm so happy with it, I don't want to improve anything anymore, so I can just sit down and start building stuff. But what we're going to do is get this update out, and then as an experiment, I've signed up for this game jam. They basically asked me to sign up for it. So I've joined this game jam, which starts next Monday. And the idea is we can use the GDXR template where it is now to see if we can build a game in 5 days, because I can't do the full 9. And we see what needs updating and what needs changing, and then we can use that as well to kind of build on and improve it. So use this as like a little research tool to come up with something. See how it goes. So for next week, we need all of the magazines sorted, which we're working on now. I don't need to fix it so I can try it again. To be honest, it's just the Pico inputs I need to install. The Pico inputs should be fine. It uses OpenXR, doesn't it? I know that if you use the Pico, though, you do need to install the plugin. I did try to build this to my Pico last week, and it would only open in a window, which was incredibly fucking frustrating. Like, it's so frustrating. Chico, will you stream your game jam development? Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of that thing where I'm enjoying the streaming more than making the tutorials and everything. So I'll stream the whole thing. We'll see how bad it goes. If we can do the full 5 days and I can keep all the vlogs, I'll see if I can find someone to edit it down into videos for me, which I think will be a cool way to do it. See how it goes, and then maybe host my own game jam. It does for the OpenXR plugin. I never had that window issue. See, I tried everything. I didn't try the plugin, but I tried changing the Android Studio versions, which is what normally does it. I could get it to build and launch, but it only opened in a window. So if we can maybe figure that out, I could put the Pico on charge and we could take a look at it. What the hell have I done there? There we go. Charging. The only problem with the Pico is I don't know how to screen share from it. So screen share from the Pico to the PC so you guys can see what's happening. And go from there. Hell, I did have it when I tried build from scratch. Could be the Android version / build options. That's what I thought it was, but I tried modifying them and it still did it. Like, I got quite frustrated with it. So that's kind of where my assumption came, that it needs to be the Pico plugin. Needs to be in there. So it's got something in the engine INI to say that it's doing it. Right. So I've got to turn that around. Got to figure that one out because it's... Change the... I need to rotate that around. Actually, weapon magazine. If I take this... Try this. Nice. No. No, it was right the other way. I need to rotate the hands. Put you back how you were. Oh, I gotta change it. Let's try that. There we go. I'm trying to figure out why that does that. See, the hand's attached to the gun now, so in theory I could add recoil. Do we try and find a tutorial and add in recoil and see if we can build it in? I know I could do it with some curves. We could add some curves in there and then have it go through to update rotation and location when you pull the trigger. But I don't know how you do it like properly. Would you guys prefer no recoil on the guns for this update or some kind of placeholder? Recoil as the polisher again. Yeah. Well, because you try to hold the rifle with less than 2 hands, it'll fly away when shooting. You can probably do that. You can probably do it when you pull the trigger with 1 hand, it just shoots off. Placeholder, but I'm just one person saying. I've got no problem adding a placeholder in there. It's just figuring out the groundwork for it. I know we need to pull the trigger, and over time we need to use curves to control the XY rotation on it. So when we pull the trigger, it animates through that. But I don't know how to do it. It's like, so if you like pull the trigger repeatedly, it goes like further and further. And it'll be handled by the... Because it's more manual, it's hard-coded, be more controlled by the pistol hand. So holding it with the second one, we might be able to do like a dull thing later on. Basic weapon recoil system in 2 minutes. See, that's moving the camera. It's not bad. Maybe we could use something similar to move the gun instead of the camera. Right, they got line trace. That's fine. Add controller pitch input. It's not gonna work. We need to do it more manual. Like, I can turn it into an actor component afterwards, so that's fine. And then we can place that in there. I do have an idea on how it could work, yes. See, that's like stupid basic. I don't think that would work for us because that's doing the player as well. That's not what we need. We want it to affect the actual mesh. Procedural weapon. The problem is I don't like copying other people's tutorials one for one. So they're usually curves. That's what I would do. A massive value every shot does plus equals to the value, and inside a loop it lerps the value down, which the relative rotation is based on. Is rather simple. So yeah, I'd probably use a timeline. I think we'd get better control over a timeline. But instead of having it finish, we kind of like try and pop it up. We'll see how this guy's doing it. This was my first thought, is use the curves. Use the curves. And then drive along the curve. Timeline could work too. Transform to born. We can do it from the pull trigger. We pull the trigger. In case of setting the relative rotation. See, they're all doing it in the skeletal mesh for the hand. The way this works is it's done in the weapon itself. So they're interping the transform. Recall reset, so that goes back to normal. Recall get what those seconds. Weapon class, that's going to go to the arms. And that's the data asset for the weapons. We've already got data assets for ours, so that's fine. I'm too used to text-based programming now, which is why I keep thinking about alerting and forget timelines. But you can do both. I think that's the best part. I might take a look at this for the next one. Let me try something really quick. This is trigger, so we pull the trigger, weapon fire. I'm just going to put this right at the end, which should be fine. The plan is to just see if we can play something. YSF, yo, finally you streamed. I've been streaming for ages, man. I've been streaming like all week. Right, play from start. Update. Oh, it's the root. I need to update the actor. Wait there. I don't know if this is going to break anything. If I had a scene there, we might be in for luck. But we need to make sure that this all works. Right. Two-handed broke. Two-handed rotation broke. That get owner set actor rotation. Yes. Oh, I hate messing with this stuff. I always break it. Try this. Right. Okay, so we've got that. So now, in theory, delete you, put that back. Now weapons have a root that can still be used for two-handed movement. Let's look. Put it in grabbing. Let's do another one. That's what I missed. YSF. Hey Jake, so I have a question. When Poppy's Playtime was first created, how did the grab pack work? Did they had to alert their hands from one place to another, or what did they use to alert? I don't know what Poppy's Playtime is. Let's have a look. Is it a VR game? This? No. No, not VR. Playtime was first created. How did the grab work? The thing is, I've never played it, so I don't know what the grab pack specifically is. I got a feeling you're referring to like a backpack or something. You might have to get a clip of it and then put it in the Discord for me to check out. But there's nothing like fully standing out that would be very difficult to do. The hands you see in the grab pack. You know about like the long rope slinky hands? Like these. That just looks like the cable component. You alert the hand from one position to another, and then there's a cable that is attached to it. Yeah, there's nothing that looks overly complicated. Is it Poppy? Yeah, that's just a cable component in Unreal. So if you go to here and then cable actor, you get this. Oh. And then one section will be attached to the player. And then when you press it, it launches the hand, attaches that to something else. And then you've got the end on here. That would give the physics cable. Or you could use a particle effect with a mesh. So you could have something similar to this. So you've got the pointer, and then that line is what you see. So that's a mesh. And then that acts as the between the hands. So the dot would be the hand mesh attached to something, and then the line would be going to your arm. That'd pretty much be it. So nothing overly complicated. But I'd probably do a combination of the two. Actually, the way the cable behaves, it's very likely their own class entirely. It's going to replicate the cable component. Yeah, the cable component's very expensive though. Like, it's super expensive. It's not worth using. So if you can do your own, which would be great, all you got to do is run basically a line trace with multi points along the trace, and then add a couple of little like a curve transform to it, and you should be able to do it. But we're not doing that right now. Oh, my eye. What have I done to it? Right, two-handed rifle slider, reload base. We've got a route now, so if we can take the pistol and then set relative rotation. Rotation 0, 0. Update. Vector. Let's try this from here. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is going to be so... It's going to go so bad. Yeah, I believe they use line traces and split it when it hits a collision, which gives the illusion of a cable. It's very unlikely to be physics-based. Yeah, I don't think it'll be physics-based either. It costs way too much and it's unpredictable. If I was to do it, I would do it. I'd do a line trace and then just stretch a mesh across it, same as what I'm doing with this particle effect on the UMG pointer. Let's do this and see what happens. There we go. 1 second, it goes through. I don't think that's going to be the right rotation from X. I just want to see what happens. Why worked? We worked so well. It's kind of right. Transforms are completely wrong. Why did adding a root component break the reloading? I'm dividing into magazine master, which makes me think it's attaching to the wrong thing. Attach actor to actor. Attach actor to self, parent actor. It should still be fine. Why is that not working anymore? All because of the root components. Everything else should be the same. So actor transform attached to component. That's the spline. L2. That should be the spline, isn't it? Magazine spline, yeah. So if we do that and then we attach it to the spline component, that might work a little bit better. It's in the wrong place. Why would it be rotating? You'd rather try that? I don't know why. I don't understand why the adding a root would have broke it though. Don't know if my headset's cracked or the editor. The feeling of getting one thing to work, which then results in two other things breaking. It's always the case. Literally always the case. Okay, the problem with the lerp vector node is that when I set the alpha to a normal value, it acts differently. When the lerp is started, it lerps the actor's location really fast and slow at the end. That's lerp. Wait there, let me get this. There's two different types of lerp nodes. So you've got S-lerp, so which normalizes it to do. Is it S? Constant lerp. There's two different types of lerps. There's like a lerp over time. Is that the one? S-lerp? You got a normal lerp, which goes from 0 to 100, and then it does that the same amount of time. Then you got an S-lerp, which like curves it. So it speeds up in the middle and slows down towards the end. So that's probably what you're using. Oh, there we go. You what? What? Why is this doing it to me? When you just won't even let you. Zero features multiple formulas. Normal lerp will slow down to its end, and then there's a constant one as well. Yeah. Normal lerp should do that. Like a linear lerp. There's vinterp 2. That's what we're after, not lerp. So there's interp 2. So if you're doing vectors, you've got vinterp 2, which tries to reach target based on distance from current position, giving a nice smooth feeling when tracking a position. And then you've got vinterp 2 constant, which tries to reach at a constant rate. That's what you'd be after. You want to use a vinterp 2 constant, not a lerp. Because a lerp is going to be based on your timer, your timeline. So if your timeline has a curve in it, that's what's going to be causing the slow and then the fast, or the slow, fast, and then slow. Whereas if you do the constant, it will use the delta time, and it'll be quite linear. But you've got to keep in mind that based on distance, if you feed in, you want it to move over like 2 seconds, no matter how far that distance is, it's going to then track it, so you need to adjust for that. I've got to figure out how I broke this. Snap to target. Why does changing the route screw with the transform? So you just go straight in like that, but as soon as it touches it, it flips. Like 180. Why would it flip? I don't want to rotate this. I don't think that's going to help. What I might have to do is check to see if this does it, if it goes in properly. Yeah, it's like it's inverted. Oh, based on the transform of the... This feels really dodgy. I didn't do anything. Oh, I'm changing it on cast fill. It's not going to fill because that's the transform. So we're just using that. Don't think that's going to do it. Five, kind of change something. So what's the problem? Is it the actor? Is that the problem? The actor's the wrong rotation. Take that. Say once we hit it, we want to rotate ourselves, what, 180? What is that angle? What? Oh. What the hell? Oh, fucking confused. YSF, I want to thank you, you're an amazing coder. Cool. I take it that worked. If it did, I'm super pleased. I also don't think I'm a super coder because I can't figure this shit out. Valve of the pistol body, magazine spline. I'll attach it to the root and see what happens. Oh god, this headset just makes my nose itch. How the hell is this happening? What's going on? It slides up, but the magazine isn't. Which makes me think the magazine's the problem and it's rotated 180. It touches it, it attaches, it rotates 180, and then it becomes out of sync. Oh. Right. Keeper Outlive's the better option that we've got. It looks like it's rotated like that. Yeah, it attaches and rotates 180. different. It attaches to the first one. The actor transform. That's the spline. I think I might have had that in there as a check. To do that. Drill Turbo, I'll have to head out for now. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, dude. It's good to see you again, though. Try that. Transform. 180. Try this. It's the wrong way. 80, so we need to do like 90. I'm so confused on which way this is going. Down. Just right there. Why would it change? I don't know why it would be flipping. That's the problem. How did I manage to break it when I was supposed to submit this today? Why would it be changing? Shit. Unless we change the root. But the root doesn't affect anything else. This is a child of... humans. Wait there, I've got a backup version of the GDXR template. This was set up. So I'm going to load that up on the other monitor and I'm going to take a look at the old code. Magazine master. The old code was attach actor to actor, snap to target, target the self, the sliding into. Now we'll see what happens again. And it's doing that because the actor's not moving anymore. For some reason, adding the root components just broke the whole lot. We need to attach it to the component now. So attach actor, self, our gun magazine. To our pistol. To our pistol spline point. Parent, spline point. Spline point rotated. It touches the same way every time. No, so it's rotating. Doesn't even look like it's properly 90, like it's rotated correctly. What? Try that. We want to attach it to the spline component. The location's correct. Maybe I try changing it from keep world. That it might. The grab component shouldn't make a difference. Why is Steam loading? God. I don't know what I'm doing now. Why the hell is Elite Dangerous opening up? What on earth? This is the last thing I wanted. What is happening? See if minus 90, 0, 90. What? What is happening? I'm so frustrated. Everything's going wrong. Why would adding a root break that? Attach actor to actor, it shouldn't do. Seriously, why will that not work? Right, why does adding the root component break everything? Attach parent shouldn't change. It should be the same. Why does adding a root component change the rotation of a spline? We need the root. I wonder if I should attach it to something else. It was attached to the actor. So maybe we could do actor sliding into... Get component by static mesh. Let's try that. Hey! Why are you broke? Right. Okay. So we got that. -10. Hello. You're off. Hope you have fun. I'm
Thank
streaming.
you. Enjoy.
Hope you have a good night.
The sheets are in the washer, the tumble dryer.
Right.
They might need to be put in again because they felt very wet.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Just
I'll sort
leave
that out. I'm going to meet Peter at the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's heading over for about 5:30. So I'm going to wrap up in 20 and then get ready to go get it. I'll put a puzzle suit on it. Do you know where it is?
I'm 90% sure it's in her backpack.
The one she got with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's other ones though, so it might be worth grabbing one as well.
I'll
just
have a
in
look
case.
just in case. But it should be fine. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Hope you have a good time.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh. Do something like that. Why does it just automatically flip sideways? Let's try this. Why does that... Patch active the static mesh. And then we just update the location. But it's not really attached, is it? Attached to select location. Why would... actor rotation? Well, we need relative, because that's the only one that we're updating. Quest 3 battery low. I know. It attaches to the motion controller. Didn't do anything. Well, I'm gonna have to delete that for now. Now my headset's just died. That should be it. That should be everything set back up. So what I might do is I might zip this up and then upload it as it is. We do that. Which changes. I've done this right, all the updates should be in here with 5.6.1. I think. If it is, it means that the 5.6 version is good to go. Oh. There we go. Mm-hmm. Cool. Right. I think I got that in time. I remember I backed out beforehand. 5.6. Okay, cool. So if I close this one down now, what I should be able to do is go to GitHub, switch to my 5.5 desktop build, branch, update from main. Might have just broke that one. Cool. And if I load this one up, it should in theory have all the nice graphics set up. Right, it's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go grab some socks. Alright, is it still going? Almost there. Nice. How good does that look? Oh, it looks so sexy. I need to fix that rock climbing wall. I really need to redo some stuff on it. Okay. File, save all, file, zip project. Okay. Move the camera. I'm just doing a zip. There we go. So I can close that one down. And then if I go to my GitHub, I change to 5.6 desktop build, branch, update from main. We want to use the one from this, that, continue merge, push to origin. If I go back to my folder and we check this, it'll update from 5.5. 5.5 to 5.6. Launch this one. We wait for this one to finish, and then that should be all 4 versions done. So then just need to sort out this to upload them. Upload them to my repo, and then I can update them on Fab. What I need to do is update the documentation on Azure. Oh shoot! I forgot to update the version number in the engine. Right. What I might do is cancel that. We'll open this one up. I'll get the build out. I'll update the number as well. Page. Just do this 2.3. God, it looks so nice with the deferred lighting. Why is it 2.5? I can want 2.5. It's 2.5. That means all versions of this are 2.5. The project. That's uploading. And then we've got this. Cool. Didn't sound good. Automatic, so that is done. Okay, I think that is it. All I've got to do is so I've updated Fab, and then go from there. Right. Wait and see. Alright guys, I've got to go. Gonna take the little one to the park. So I will see you all next time, probably Monday, if we're doing this game jam, which will be cool. So I will see you all later.